Hello everyone, it's me, Meredith, and yes, before you ask, these are new glasses. So today I want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart, which is singing. And for one, I don't want to come across as one of those girls who's like, yeah, of course I sing. But it is something that's been a major part of my life. I've been singing ever since I remember. I've been in my chorus for 4 years. I've been taking singing lessons on and off. So it's really something that I treasure. I treasure my singing voice. I treasure the lessons that I've gotten in singing. And yeah, it's just something that I love and something that I want to make part of my life forever. Today I want to give my top 5 tips for singing, because if there's one thing I would like to do, it is help others to sing and enjoy singing as much as I do. Short disclaimer though, I am by no means a professional. I don't teach vocal lessons, I never have. And like I said, I've only been taking course for 4 years. I've only been taking lessons on and off. So I'm going to offer the best advice that I can, but if you want to seriously pursue singing, I would look to other places other than this. This is just a basic video, I guess. So first and foremost, we have breathing, and breathing is so important to singing. I can't emphasize it enough. I legitimately can't emphasize it enough. Breathing is what helps you get through verses. Breathing is what helps you reach higher notes. Breathing is what helps you have a larger, fuller sound. It is so important. And that being said, the way we breathe as singers is especially important. In our everyday lives, when we're not thinking about the way we're breathing, we breathe out of our chest and shoulders. So when we inhale, our shoulders rise, and when we exhale, our shoulders fall. When you're singing, you want to breathe out of your stomach or your diaphragm to get the most out of your sound. When you inhale, instead of your shoulders rising, you should feel your stomach and sides expanding. And when you exhale, you should feel your stomach and sides collapsing. And that's just the basic technique of breathing. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into it than just how you inhale and exhale. And if you would like to know more, I would suggest researching it, looking up a few YouTube videos to really get a more in-depth lesson on how to breathe. But in general, that's how you want to try to breathe when you're singing. Number 2, we have warm-ups, and warm-ups are probably the second most important things that you can do as a singer, besides breathing correctly, obviously. There are a whole variety of warm-ups and warm-up exercises that you can do, from warming up your vocal cords to warming up your lips to just warming up your entire body. So obviously I'm not going to go into them all, but I really just want to emphasize their importance, because if you go up on stage or you go out in front of your family or however you like to sing and you don't warm up, that can be pretty bad for your vocal cords, and you won't get the best sound that you can possibly get out of your voice. And speaking of messing up your voice, that brings me to number 3, which is vocal care. And again, I am no expert at vocal care. I do not study it. I do not follow it as close as I should, but I do know a couple of things that will help keep your vocal cords safe, because just like any other instrument, your vocal cords are where your sound and power comes from. The voice is just like any other instrument in respect to how you take care of it. Obviously, if you smash a guitar on stage, it's going to be unplayable, and if you ruin your vocal cords, it's pretty much unfixable. So some of the things I would recommend, especially before a performance, is to not drink milk, not drink soda, and not eat spicy foods. Milk can cause an excess of mucus in your throat, and soda and spicy foods can hurt your throat, and when you're singing and when you're producing the sound and you're producing all of this air, that can cause a lot of damage to your voice. So do not recommend. I mean, you can still drink milk and soda and eat spicy foods, but if you're about to go sing, stay away from them. And really important too, never sing if it hurts your throat. That is a sign that you're either not in the shape to sing or you're singing incorrectly, because when you sing, it's not supposed to hurt. So never force yourself to sing if it hurts. In that case, search for better options, maybe rest your voice, maybe look for more effective ways to sing, but you have to keep your voice safe and sound, please. For number 4, even though I kind of already talked about this in the beginning of the video, if you want to become serious about singing, or if you just want to get more out of your voice, I would highly recommend taking vocal lessons if you can afford it, if you can, or just joining a vocal group like an a cappella group or a chorus or a church choir. Whatever suits your fancy, whatever you can have access to, I would very much recommend doing that. Not only because you get to learn certain techniques from the instructor, but also you get to learn things from other people who have had other experiences. And the sense of partnership and community that you get, whether you're taking lessons or you're in a vocal group, it's really empowering. If you're in the correct setting where people encourage you and compliment you and push you farther to do better, that's really going to benefit you if you wish to perform. So I'm on to number 5, and even though I said breathing is possibly the most important aspect of singing, I think this reason, number 5, I think this is pretty important also. And this tip is, don't let anyone stop you from singing, and I mean it. There are going to be people along the way who are jealous of you, who try to tear you down, and sometimes even tell you that you can't sing, but please don't listen to them. It is my personal belief that everyone, and I mean everyone, can sing if they want to. It doesn't matter how much experience you have, it doesn't matter what kind of voice you have, it doesn't matter where your vocal range is, it doesn't matter if you are 6 or 60, you can sing. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Don't get me wrong, there are correct ways of singing and there are incorrect ways of singing. And it's just a matter of teaching people how to sing the correct way. That's all. So I'm not trying to get cheesy with this or anything, but don't give up when it comes to singing. Someone out there will want to hear you. I want to hear you. I want to hear every single person use their voice, because the human voice is such a beautiful thing. It's a gift and it's beautiful, and everyone can sing. Everyone. If you're not comfortable singing in front of large groups of people, sing for yourself. Sing for your friends, sing for your dog, for your cat, for your fish. Just don't stop singing if someone tells you that you can't sing, because that is not true. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble, so I guess this concludes my 5 tips on singing. I hope this was beneficial in some way, in some small way, and I hope this opened your minds and hearts to singing more, even if it's not for another person, even just for yourself. Like I said though, I am not a professional. I am nowhere near a professional. The most singing I've done lately has been to my dog, but I hope that I could help in some small way. And if you are looking for more information, the internet is an endless source for singing. There is so much stuff that you can look at to benefit yourself even further, so check some stuff out. And if I come across any videos pertaining to singing that I think are especially interesting or especially helpful, I will put them down in the description. So I hope you all have a very nice day, or morning, or afternoon, or night, or evening, whatever. I hope you have a very nice day in general, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!